Stephanie Ruba, owner of Fitness and Sports Performance.
I'm Amy Braganini, registered dietitian, and I work at the Lax Cancer Center.
This is the third part of our nutrition video series, Simplified Nutrition. First part of today's video is planning, okay? So, first of all, you need to decide on the meals and recipes that you want to eat. So, I would definitely make sure that you consult your family, maybe find some new recipes. If you've been eating the same things a lot, go online, find some recipes, and we're going to include, some of our favorite websites for where to find healthy recipes as well. And then secondly, you need to fill out a meal plan. So attached to this video, you'll find a blank meal plan that you can use yourself. Just print it out, and you can fill that meal plan out for you and your family. I also am going to include with this video a sample meal plan. While you're creating that meal plan, remember, try to stick to those nutrition guidelines that we gave you ahead of time, and try to really make sure that you're using fresh, whole foods close to their natural state. Once you have your meal plan ready, you're next going to create your shopping list. Amy was talking earlier about making sure that you kind of combine foods in proper areas. So you want to put all your produce together, all your dairy, etc., just so that when you're in an area in the store that you're ready to just grab all those things. That will help kind of save time rather than going from here to here to there, all over the place in the store.
Next, we're basically going to talk about shopping, grocery shopping. I went grocery shopping today, and it can be a little overwhelming, especially if it's a Sunday or if it's really busy. But if you go in, like Tiffany said, with a list and you have it compartmentalized, different sections of the grocery store, you can really, you can get it done pretty quickly. So basically taking your list to the store, sticking to your list. It's so easy to say that, but it's very easy to get sidetracked in the ice cream aisle, which I almost did today. So you really want to stick to the guidelines that you already prepared. You know which meals you're going to make for the week. You know your lunches and your snacks, and those are the foods to pick up. And like we've said before, sticking to the perimeter of the grocery store, trying to limit the amount of time in the snack food aisle, limit the amount of time that you might spend in the, donut section. It's very easy to do. So if you can follow those healthy tips that we provided before, then you'll come home from the grocery store prepared to start our next section, which is the prep. Okay, so now we're back from the grocery store. We've kind of talked about methodical buying of various things, preparing for the week. So now is the prep, really. So when I got back from the grocery store today, I prepared all of my vegetables for the week. So I cut up my tomatoes, I cut up some peppers, some colorful pepper, I cut up my cucumbers, got that ready to go for my salad that I'm going to prepare. And I think one of the most important things you can do when you get back from the grocery store is to prep your protein. Today we're going to kind of talk a little bit about quinoa. Quinoa is a whole grain that has a lot of protein in it, lots of fiber. And I want many people to know that quinoa can be just as easy to prepare as even pasta. So this is what the quinoa looks like. It comes in various different packages and everything at the grocery store, but this is it in its raw state. And how you prepare it is quite simply just taking it, pouring it into a pan and adding water or broth, and then just boiling it like you would pasta. And it's that easy. And then how it turns out is basically just like this. And I just put it in a Tupperware container, a clear one, so I can see it. And then it's so versatile. So the quinoa that we'll be talking about basically today, I've added to my salad in a jar. But you can also add quinoa to healthy smoothies. You can add it to a burrito in place of rice. People will stuff peppers with it. It's a perfect, versatile protein. So I really encourage you try to maybe reduce the amount of meat you're taking in and eat more quinoa. The first thing we'll speak about today is basically breakfast. So we talked about this before, it's the most important meal of the day. And I find that if I'm in a hurry in the morning, I don't always grab the right kinds of things for breakfast. So I thought, all right, today I'm going to plan ahead for breakfast. So what I did is I'm going to do an overnight oatmeal. So you basically get quick oats, and you get some milk, bananas, and a new product that I love now is powdered peanut butter, basically. It's just a dehydrated peanut in a powder form. So you just combine actually the milk, the powdered peanut butter, and the rolled oats in a mason jar To it, then you add the banana, and then you can add whatever else. If you would like to add a little honey or a little cinnamon, you can add whatever else flavorings you'd like, and then just put the top on it and put it in the refrigerator. And the oats actually plump overnight, and so the next day it's a breakfast ready to go, and it's full of protein and full of fiber. It's really good for you. So you can do a couple of these in advance. You'll have it ready for the week. The lunch options that I prepared basically are just salad in a jar. So again, utilizing our grain, like we have our oats and our quinoa, you basically take a mason jar and you start by adding a little vinaigrette. As Tiffany mentioned earlier, you can make your own healthy salad dressing. Put that in the bottom, and then you can add whatever hearty vegetables that you have. So I use peppers and tomatoes and cucumbers, but you could add onions, you can add mushrooms, anything that you like. And then on top of that, you can add your grain, which is the quinoa or whole wheat pasta. And then you would add your protein. So I add a little mozzarella cheese. You can add chicken or sliced turkey. And then you top it with your healthy lettuce. So anything dark, kale or romaine is really healthy. You can put some flaxseed or chia seeds on the top and then put the top on. When you're ready to eat it, basically you just tip it, shake it to combine, and you've got lunch ready to go. So I'll probably make a few of these for the week, and that way I know I have a very easy lunch. Okay, so we talked about breakfast and lunch. Now we're going to talk about preparing dinner. So I've already prepped my vegetables, my peppers, my tomatoes, and I was thinking that tonight a burrito would sound really good. And again, we're sticking with my meatless theme. I'm thinking quinoa could be added in maybe place of any kind of ground meat. So basically you would just start out by prepping your vegetables, like I said, and then you're going to saute them. So you can saute your peppers, your tomatoes, you can use onion, and then all your spices too. That's a really good time to add your spices to incorporate, and really adds a lot of flavor to your vegetables. So we've got chili powder, ground cumin, salt, pepper, anything that you like. Saute them, get them ready to go, and then basically taking a glass pan and just adding, I don't know, I really like these whole wheat wraps. There's a lot of different choices out there, but I choose mine based on the amount of fiber and protein that they have. So these are 80 calorie wraps with a lot of added fiber. So taking the wrap, adding my sauteed veggies, adding my quinoa. You can also actually add your black beans to the vegetable saute, so that's all warm, and add that to your burrito, wrap it up, and then bake, I don't know, for 20-25 minutes. Once that's done, you can actually make 6 of them and put some in Tupperware containers, maybe wrap some in aluminum foil, put it in the freezer, and you've got an instant dinner ready to go.
Alright, so another item that we're going to show you today is how to make a healthy smoothie. So this could be something that you could eat for breakfast, it could be a post-workout meal, it could be, just a snack, but I'm going to show you how to prepare it so that you can combine not only your protein, but your greens, your starchy carbs, and your healthy fats as well, okay? So to start out, I'm going to put some spinach in this blender. And using the other ingredients that I'll use will really cover up the taste of spinach if you don't like spinach. But I would highly recommend putting some type of greens in there. I'm actually also going to add a little bit of greens powder. Includes a lot of superfoods, vitamins, etc. So I'm going to put that greens powder in there as well. For the liquid, I'm going to use coconut milk. You could use almond milk, regular milk if you like, even just water if you prefer, but just add some type of liquid in there. So pour that in there next. For my main source of protein, I'm going to use some vanilla protein powder. I use a protein powder that has very few ingredients in it, so that there's not a whole lot of extra fillers and processed things in that protein powder. I'm also going to add some fruits, some frozen fruits. That will help the texture because they're frozen, and as well as a couple of ice cubes. I have pineapple, raspberries, strawberries. You could use really anything. Sometimes I'll take bananas and cut them into pieces, put them in a baggie, put them in the freezer so that they can be used in these smoothies as well. So I'll throw these in there. And then for some healthy fat. So there's a little bit of healthy fat in the coconut milk. But I'm going to add just a little bit of almonds as well, just so we have that healthy fat in there for the balanced meal. Alright, I'll blend this all up and I'll show you the finished product. Alright, so here's my finished product, my green protein smoothie. Lastly, I would highly recommend putting that meal plan either right on your fridge or somewhere where you're going to see it a lot. That way you're more apt to stick to it.
Yeah. It just is a good way to remind your family that this is what's going to happen during the week. That way there's no temptation for your kids to say, well, no, we just need to get pizza, tonight, or let's just swing through a fast food restaurant. It's right there, and you can just remind that your family, you plan ahead. This is what we're going to do.